I'm reading the other card. It's our PowerNOW full 1080. I almost said it. Whatever. It's our PowerNOW 1080p. This is basically our car camera. It's the most amazing thing ever in full high definition. That's 1080p. That means you're going to get the crisp quality pictures. You're going to love them. It captures any or all of your driving experience, all in high definition video. So if you love to take road trips, if you want video documentation of maybe an accident or some kind of an altercation that happened on the road, you've got it there. Take it with you when you travel. Take it with you when you go to the Grand Canyon. Take it with you when you go to Sequoia National Park.
That's what I did.
That's what Joe did. Here's what you do. You just mount it right up there. You get all the mounting hardware you need. And let's say you get a little fender bender. Joe, look what happened here.
I know. You get a fender bender, records in high definition, has a built-in battery. You can take it out and you can record everything, take photos. You can record the damage because that's what the insurance company wants. That's what the police want. They want an honest opinion of what happened during that accident, during that incident, during that lane change, during that time where it happens every 3 seconds in the United States that there is an accident. Because there's so many times there will be an accident. It's your story versus their story. Now it's DashCam that's now telling the story. And the great thing about this is the biggest display that we've ever had in a DashCam. This is full 1080p resolution, so the highest resolution, the biggest 2.7-inch display that we've ever offered. You're getting an 8 gig memory card that's on here as well, so you can record to up to an hour worth of video. And the great thing about it, it just mounts right to the car. You just plug it into your little power adapter. When you turn the car on, boom, it automatically starts recording. It's also the widest angle lens we've ever had. Not typical 60 degrees, but 120 degrees. It does include that micro SD card slot, and you can also record at night too, because it has night vision with motion detection and the built-in G sensor. If you get into an accident, it's going to lock down that video, because what happens is when you get your PowerNOW, you put this in your car, you turn the car on, it starts recording. It's going to record everything that you've done for the past hour. It's called cyclical recording. So for the last hour of your drive time, you've got that dash cam footage right there. And if there is an accident, if you slam on your brakes, it will lock down that video so you can't then accidentally record over it. Now you get that video clip of that accident. But I want to show you how beautiful the footage is, because for one of the lowest prices we've ever offered for a dash cam.
See, look at that high definition.
I would start over.
You remember the old days, it would be, you know, it crackly and move around.
Yes.
Look at that. It's got that motion sensor in there as well. Look at how clear that is.
Here we are crossing over the bridge, heading out to down to the beach. You can see the cars that are coming towards me. You can see the cars that are next to me. You can see the ocean off in the distance. It's beautiful and it's capturing it. Even though I'm going about 55 miles an hour, it's that 1080p resolution that it captures everything perfectly. But it's that wide angle. I'm not just looking at my lanes. I can see multiple lanes on the left. I can see what's going on to the car next to me. But what happens if there's an accident? That same time when I was just driving down there at the beach, watch this guy. Here I am coming around the roundabout. Now let me pause it. Boom, right here. You can see my lane.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to swing around to the left. But watch what happens. I can't swing around to the left because some guy just cut me off from the left.
Right in front of you.
If I would have hit him, he would have said, hey, I was clearly in the lane. I would have said, no, you wouldn't. And the police officer would have said, well, I don't know who to trust. But now, with my dash cam, I captured all that footage right there.
Pull that camera out, and the dude's all of a sudden changing his tune.
Exactly.
A little bit. And that's what happens. And I'll tell you something. You would not have a case any other way, because you're right. Most people have a tendency to be like, well, it wasn't my fault. This is a way to document it. I think one day there's going to come a day where everybody has to have these in their car.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, all the police officers have them because they have to have documentation, because sometimes people question their versions of stories as well. This is a way to get the absolute truth. Here you look at this little fender bender, you know, and this is one of those ones where it could be your fault, it could be mine. If you've got the video documentation, it's all you need. I think I told you about 7 or 8 months ago, I got in an altercation, not an actual car accident, but it was a motorcycle coming up the road. And man, you know, the last thing you want to do in a car is get into the thing with a motorcycle.
Right.
There happen to be motorcycle attorneys that live here in every other state. That's what they do. And it was really rough because the guy that was coming in on the motorcycle was with another person, and I saw that they had their turn signals on and were coming into the road I was coming into.
Sure.
So what I did is, as they were turning, or so I thought, I pulled out. One guy turned, the other one went straight. So I would have loved to have had, because if he had his turn signal on, that would have been his fault. And to this day, I'm still involved in this thing about him saying, well, you know, I didn't have mine on. And I'm like, I thought they did. If I had that video proof, I'd see the signal. It wouldn't even be a question.
Well, it's the reason why the police have it. The reason why all the emergency vehicles are having these dash cams. It's the reason why so many businesses and taxis have them as well, because it's keeping you honest of what's going on. And there's an accident every 3 seconds in the United States. The fact that you're getting this huge display where you can go back when the authorities show up, you can review exactly what's going on. And this setup on here, it's so simple, guys. It has its own little suction cup, so you can mount it directly to the windshield. There's a little memory SD card slot that's right there on the side. We're going to give you cable to plug this in, and as soon as you plug this in, the only thing you have to do is then turn your car on. So once you turn the car on, DashCam recognizes its power, and it automatically will adjust. Now, he happens to be turning his on and plugging it in right there, and then mounting the suction cup. I recommend just leave it mounted to the car. It becomes one of those things where you don't even realize it's even there, but when you need it, you're so happy to have it.
Yeah, look at how low profile that is. You wouldn't even know.
It doesn't take up any space because it's all screen. There's so many other ones that have this huge case that mounts around it. This is such a tiny little footprint, but it includes such a huge screen. Now, the other thing is, guy, you can turn this thing around if you want to as well. I do this with my kids. We just went driving yesterday. We got some ice cream, and here we are. We got the family. We're in the back. You can turn this thing around. And, guy, I am eating ice cream. We are having fun with the kids. But notice that if you need to turn this thing around, see the cars behind me? This is such sharp resolution, the best we've ever offered. I can see the traffic, what's going on back there as well. And everything is automatic. So we had some guys that were actually driving up north. And watch this, as soon as you drive into the tunnel, I know you're laughing at me for the ice cream. Look at that.
I love watching Joe. He's got one hand on the ice cream. You know where he's going? He's driving to the beach to go feed the seagulls. That's what he's doing. Another illegal activity. No,
I'm illegal to drive.
I know. I'm teasing you. No, but you know what's fun is that those are family times.
Absolutely.
That you don't usually record, and it's so nice to be able to do that.
Oh, and you've got it right there. And even because everything's automatic, I'm going to show you this other video. But when we were driving outside, I want you to notice that here we are as we approach this tunnel. Everything's automatic. The sensors that are on there, boom, it automatically adjusts to the darker image. If it is a rainy day, a lot of people think, oh, if it's bad weather out, I can't see exactly what's going on. Here we are driving through one of those Florida nasty rainstorms, and I can see what's off in the distance. I can see the car in front of me. I can see the puddle we just drove through and the oncoming traffic. It is still clear, even on a rainy day. Now, what happens if you're on vacation? And a lot of times you're driving somewhere and you're trying to capture that perfect shot. Here we are down at the beach, and I can't stop in the middle of the road and take a picture of what I'm seeing right here. But because I'm down at the beach and DashCam records at 1080p resolution, I'm recording a 12 megapixel still picture. That's better than my $600 cell phone that only records a 4 megapixel.
Too, Joe.
Exactly. So now I've got this beautiful shot that I can print this off. I can put it on my office desk, remind me of that great vacation that we had. And it's such an easy thing to do.
And Joe, on that one too, on that last shot that you were just showing, you can, don't forget, you can take the camera and he could turn the camera to the left and get all that beach. Right? Remember, you got a 120-degree angle, so if he wanted to just move the camera to the left, he could get the whole shoreline or the mountains. Look at that. If you're going through the Grand Canyon, you can turn it back left and right, and you can get all those great, that looks like the Smoky Mountains right there. Beautiful, beautiful shots, and you've never had to take your hands off the wheel while you're doing it just to turn it on before you leave. It's such a great value. Listen, I got 900 of these to go around. Did I mention you're getting an 8 gig card? So you get an 8 gig SD card. You can add up to, I guess, up to a 32 gig card if you want.
That's right.
So if you want to save memories, like from a vacation, you simply pull the card out, put another card in, and remember, it'll record over that, over an hour. It'll record over that. It gets about 50 minutes or so of recording time on there. So it's the perfect thing to have. Listen, you hope you never have an accident. You hope you never have anything that you need to document, but boy, it sure is nice to have that. And that's the serious side to it. The fun side is you get to record wherever you drive. Think about the, even if it's just a little road trip with the kids, right? You want to have fun, like Joe was showing you earlier, you can do that kind of stuff. But when you're driving in dangerous sections of town, or if you're going through intersections, you know it's tough. It sure is nice to have that little extra bit of peace of mind behind you, knowing that somebody is always watching, Joe.
Well, it's always recording. It's the best resolution, too. If you have something that's recording video, the video is only worth the quality of the resolution. This is the best that we've ever offered. This is 1080p resolution. It also records the audio as well. Here I am driving through the roundabout, and I'm supposed to swing around to the left side. Watch this guy come out of nowhere and cut me off. If I would run into to him, my insurance premiums would have gone up because, you know, I could have gotten blamed for the accident. But it's the DashCam from PowerNOW that's able to record it and show exactly what's going on. But the great thing about this, too, is it's such a simple technology. All you do is literally mount it. It'll take you about 3 minutes to do. It comes with the cable, comes with all the cards that you need to get everything up and running. You turn it on once, and then as soon as you turn the car on, every time you turn the car on, it automatically records for you. So you don't have to worry about adjusting any settings. Guy, even if you want to turn the display on, sometimes people think having the video there is a distraction. You can even turn that off as well. It also has a microphone built in too, so you can record what's going on. I want to show you one more video clip because, you know, depending on what your car is made out of, let me go different parts of the car. I actually mounted mine to the dome light, and so Guy, as if my kids are going to hate me when they get older and start driving, because now, Guy, I can see exactly what's going on. I can see out the windshield. I can see, make sure the kids have their hands on the wheel and not eating ice cream. I can make sure they're not talking on the cell phone and texting. So as my kids come up to me and say, "Dad, I want to have the keys to the car," I can say, well, you know, there's the PowerNOW dash cams there.
Daddy's watching.
Daddy's watching everything. And especially, you know, think about those new kids.
First dates, things like that, Joe. Got to make sure the kids are all keeping it on the level.
That's right, keep it on the level.
Messing around in the car.
Think about if you're a student driver, just got into an accident, just started driving. You know, if they get into an accident with somebody who's been driving 20 years, who do you think the police are going to believe? Someone who's been driving 20 years or 20 days? So it's also going to protect your kids too, because it keeps everyone honest because it's recording everything in that true high definition.
All right, so it's a back-to-school special. Great thing. It's a really good point. Great for your kids if they want to put one of these in their car as well. If you're letting them utilize the car, it's a great way to keep an eye on them while they're out there. But as we said, video documentation of accidents, altercations, incidents, anything that might happen while you're in the car. But then the bright side of, you know what, we're taking a ride to the beach today, and we just want to show off all the beautiful areas of the beach. Or if you take it with you on vacation, because remember, you can pack this in your briefcase and bring it with you and use it in a rent-a-car.
Absolutely,
you just
definitely
need the
recommend
adapter. That's all you need. It works at daytime. It also works nighttime if you want to utilize it for that. If you buy it today, it's $26.65. HSN will cover your shipping on that. Full 1080p. This is an exclusive model, only available through HSN, by the way. If you want it, now's the time to get it. With only 900 or so remaining, I'd grab it. I mean, this is one of those things, like I said, every car should have some sort of a surveillance.
Well, the only thing you'll make a mistake is if you have 2 cars, you only buy one today. Because I've been using dash cams now for over a year, and if my wife doesn't have it on her car, or we have a rental car and we forget to take our dash cam with us, you're like, oh, I could have used it right there. But the great thing about having it is because it's automatic.